interest. Basically, uh, that I believe all of you are familiar with saving when we save our money or deposit our money in a bank, or there is also a loan, especially when we want to buy a house or a car. Normally in Malaysia, consumer or people will go to the bank, apply for the car loan. And then at the same time, normally we have beside just keep our money in a saving account, normal saving account. uh, we also can invest our money in uh, certain in a certain portfolio, such as a stock market, unit trust. Now we have a crypto uh, and so on. So all these element, uh, all these three instruments, saving, loan, and investment, will involve a concept known as interest. Interest, or as what we call it as interest, or in bahasa Melayu kadar faedah. Interest, kadar bunga, kadar faedah. If we save our money in a bank, in a normal saving account, basically once time per year, bank will give us you will receive what we call it as a dividend. If you invest your money in a unit trust, or in Malaysia we have ASB, Abana Saham Bumi Putra. For every year, ASB or this unit trust will announce their dividend or their bonus for for investor. Or if you apply a loan for housing loan, for example, or car loan, personal loan, and so on, every month you need to pay back the loan. You need to pay back the loan. When you pay back the loan, the repayment that you make every month, there is two component: the loan component, sorry, the principal component, and the interest component. That's why in general, we can conclude that there is a concept of interest that apply in the saving, loan, and investment. In this class, I will explain to you uh, two type of investment. Two type of interest, not investment. Two type of interest: simple interest and compound interest. That is very interesting because this topic is close to our daily life. Maybe you know what is interest, but normally there are two type of interest in a financial market. I think this is a valid for all, for the whole world, in country, whether you are from Indonesia, China, or Singapore, Thailand, and so on. Okay, what is a simple interest? Okay, if you you can refer to my note, topic 2. Please download it from the UKM folio. Okay, what is simple interest? Simple interest is also known as ordinary interest. Yes, any question? Please, if you don't have, if you don't have any question, please mute your what we call it, your mic. Otherwise, you will disturb my class. Okay, again, if I can trace student who open their mic without no purpose, that I will remove him. I will remove his or her from uh, my class temporarily. Okay, please make sure to switch off please mute your mic. Okay, what is simple interest? Simple interest is also known as ordinary interest, and in the context of saving uh, or investment, ordinary interest is calculated based on the amount of saving, or the principal amount, original amount of saving, or investment. While for a loan, ordinary interest is calculated based the original amount of loan, or also known as the principal. So in other words, when we're talking about simple interest, uh, that's refer to the situation where the the interest is calculated based on the principal and amount. What does it mean by principal amount? Principal is referred to the is also normally we say it as a original amount of saving, original amount of the loan. Then the amount of simple interest can be calculated based on the following formula: I equal to PRT. I is the total amount of simple interest, and P equal to principal, the original amount. Uh, R is simple interest rate. There is a interest rate is normally stated in a percentage, 1%, 2%, 3%. That's simple interest. And T is a time period, usually calculated as the number of year, as the number of year. That's why we call it as the simple time period T, number of year. The sum between the principal value, the original amount of your loan, your saving, your investment, and the amount of simple interest that you receive is equal to the accumulated amount A. We have this symbol A. A equal to P plus I. P plus I. P is principal, I equal to interest. Or A equal to P1 plus RT. That is the accumulated amount that related to the based on the simple interest. Now the equation 2.1 and 2.2 is very important. Okay, please look to the example 2.1. I will show you how to calculate this simple interest and the accumulated amount. Let's say, for example, okay, I refer to example 2.1. Please refer to this page. Okay, example 2.1. Let's say the simple interest, for example 2.1. Example 2.1. Let's say you have 500 ringgit. For example, you have 500 ringgit. You have 500 ringgit. And then you save this 500 ringgit at the beginning of year. Let's say at the early of 2025, for example. The saving provide a return on dividend every year. The dividend is calculated based on simple interest of 3% per year. Let's say the return is 3% per year. It's calculated based on the simple interest. Based on the simple interest. That's how the please refer to example 2.1, page 1. Let's say you have 500 ringgit. You save this 500 ringgit at the early of 2025. Early at the beginning of 2025. 500 ringgit, for example. You have 500 ringgit. 500 ringgit. 20, 20, early of the year. 20, at the beginning of 2025, you have 500 ringgit. Now, the interest is 3% per year. 3% per year. Okay, assume that this money, this amount, 500 ringgit is keep in the bank for 1 year. From day one until from 1st January until 31st December of 2025. We assume that the amount of the saving must be in the bank. It must be you must keep the money in the bank for the whole year. Okay. At the end of 2025, end of the year, normally bank will calculate the interest. Let's say your money, your deposit is 500 ringgit, 3% of 500 ringgit. For example, 3%, uh, uh, 3% of 500 ringgit. This is equal to 0.03 times 500. So at the end of now you will have 3%, 0.03. 3% is 0.03 times 500. You will get 50 ringgit for dividend as a dividend. 15 50 ringgit. So at the end of the year, you will receive the amount of money that you have in your bank is 500 and 550. If you have any question, please just ask your question. That's the basic calculation how to calculate the dividend, the interest based on the simple interest. So starting for 2026. So for 2026, for early of 2026, this 2025, 2025, early of 2026. Now your money is 500 and 550. 500 and 550. Again, let's say assume that you will keep the money in the bank uh, for the whole year of 2026, from 1st January of 2026 until 31st December of 2026. So again, at the end of 2026, bank will calculate the interest. Interest, the 3%, we assume that the interest is fixed. The interest does not change. The interest is fixed at 3% per year. So now assume that this 3% at the end of year, at the end of second year, at the end of 2026, the bank calculate again the interest is 3% times the 3% times the principal amount. Please remember the principal amount. The original saving is 500. That's the concept of this concept is this simple interest concept. The interest is calculated based on the original amount. Your original amount is 500. So again, you will receive 51. Sorry, you will receive another $50, 50 ringgit. 115. Oops. So at the end of 2026, you have additional $50, 50 ringgit. Now your money will become 500 and 530. 500 and 530. So now assume again you will continue to save your money for 2027. We assume that you will continue to save your money 2027. At the beginning of 2027, now you will have 530. And then you keep the money. We assume that the money is continue to be in the bank for the whole year of 2026, for the 1st January until 2027. Now at the end of 2027, again, the interest is calculated based on 3% of original principal, 500. Then you will get another $50. Now the total of money in your bank is 530 plus 50 is 545. The process continue until it depends on how long you want to save your money in the bank. We assume that the amount of money, there is no additional deposit. You just deposit 500 for the one time at 2025, and the interest rate is remain constant at 3% per annum. Okay, that's the assumption in this case. Okay, so at the end of year 3, your money, the amount of your money is 545 minus the 500. The principal amount is equal to 45. 45 is equal to total interest, total dividend that you receive during the that you receive from 2025 until 2020 2027. Okay, that's all. How to calculate the simple interest manually. Manually meaning that we calculate this one by one. We calculate this amount one by one. Okay. Any questions so far before I proceed? Any question?
No question, doctor.
Okay, thank you, Liu Roizi.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, now I will show you what. Okay, based on formula that calculation, I this example I show you how to calculate one by one. It's not I think it's okay. We can calculate this one by one, but if you want to know after the year 10, it's not. So we need to calculate every year for 10 years. It's too long. But don't need to calculate like this because we have the formula 1 2.1, formula I equal to P R T, and the accumulated amount is A P P 1 plus RT. So for this case, I will calculate like this. After year 3, after year at the end of 2027, this is year 1, year 2, and year 3. So after year 3, what happened to your money? What happened to the to your deposit? Okay, since that is equal to A, we know the answer is 545, but now we can calculate based on the based on this formula. A equal to P, the original amount is uh, is 500 times 1 plus R. What is R? R is 3%, 0.03 times how many years? 3 years. And then this equal to just that's why you need as I said like yesterday, you need this calculator, you need calculator 0.03 times 3 plus 1 uh and then times 500, and the answer is 500 and 545. I hope you know how to find the answer, how to use your calculator. It's very important, otherwise you cannot find the correct answer. Okay, let's for when t equal t. Okay, now after we can find uh the amount of money after let's say after 5 years. Let's see, now today you have 500 ringgit. Let's say today you have 500 ringgit. Now you deposit your money. You deposit 500 ringgit in a bank. Let's say for 5 years. For 5 years, assume that the dividend is 3% per year. So the dividend is 3% per year. For 5 years, the answer is okay 0.03 times 5 plus 1 okay, times 500. The answer is 575. 575. The amount of interest is equal to uh 575 minus 500, the original amount is equal to 70 That's the total the dividend that you receive after after 5 years. Now we can easily find the future value of money. That's what we had done here. That now actually we're talking about the future value of money. What happened to our money after the year 3, year 5, subject to the amount of the dividend that paid paid for every year. Okay, that's A and I in term of what we call it apa ni uh in term of simple interest. Okay, that's That's for section one, simple interest. The next one is about the, as you can, it's about the compound interest. Uh, that's this part is more interesting. Where's our okay, go back to our note. Okay, the uh, compound interest. Okay, before this, I have explained about the simple interest. What is the simple interest? The simple interest is an interest that their interest is calculated based on the principal amount. In con by in comparison, by contrast, the compound interest is the interest on saving, on loan or investment that's calculated on both initial principal and accumulated interest. That's the difference between the simple and compound. The compound means the interest is calculated based on principal plus previous what we call previous interest that you receive, uh, the previous interest that you receive, or we can say that as the accumulated interest from previous period. In other words, there is a interest on interest. Interest is calculated on interest, not only on principal. Or the power of compound will make, in other words, the power of compound, we call it the compound effect. The power of compound will make some grow of money faster than simple interest. Okay, that's the again, this compound interest can be used in the context of saving, investment, and loan. Okay, that's the now I hope all of you clear about the different the how to differentiate between simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest, the interest is calculated based on original principal only. But compound interest, the interest is calculated on the initial principal and also the accumulated interest. Okay, that how to explain this? Okay, I will use the same example. Please refer to page 2.1. Please refer to table 2.1 and table 2.2. I will explain to you how to calculate interest based on compound, uh, to take into based on the compound interest. Okay, please refer to this table. Okay, I will use. Okay, where is our example before? Okay, our example. Okay, this example. Okay, this example. Let's see. We have this example. Again, based on this example, we know that uh, this example is that this example, yeah, that's this calculation is based on simple interest. But now I will show you how to apply the compound interest in this case. Let's say uh, we have 500 ringgit, 500 ringgit in a bank. The interest is 3%. The interest is 3%. Is calculated based on the compound interest now. Okay, assume that the interest is fixed at 3% for the whole year, for the whole period. Uh, Now, assume that you will keep your money in the bank for the whole period, and you will keep all the what we call principal and dividend that you receive in the bank. You will keep all the principal and dividend uh, for the whole period. In other words, you never withdraw your principal or your interest. The assumption just is made to make the just to make the calculation uh, just to make sure that the calculation is correct and easy for you to understand this concept. Okay, now look back into this example. Okay, let's say early of 2035 again, you deposit 500 ringgit in bank. At the end of 2035, the bank calculated the interest of 3%, but the calculation now based on the compound interest. Okay, what I read is based on the compound interest. Let's say this is a compound interest, compound interest. Okay, how to calculate based on compound interest for the first year? For the first year, 2025, 500 ringgit. At the end of first year, at the end of 2025, 200 500 ringgit, 3% is calculated. 3% times 500 ringgit. This also equal to $50. $50. So for this, at the end of year five, at the end of 2025, you will get this amount, 515. Okay, this uh five. Okay, okay, I will show you. Okay, okay, there's a compound interest. You have 500 ringgit. The interest is 50%, 0.03% times 500 ringgit. So, so yeah, this 0.03 times 500 ringgit. Okay, this equal to 50. Now you have uh additional $50. Total amount of money 515. Okay, early of second year, you have 515 in account. Now assume that you will keep the money for the whole year. You will not withdraw the money. You will not withdraw the principal and dividend. So at the end of year 2 of 2026, again the interest the comp is calculated 0.03, but the calculation is based on the compound. Compound means that the interest is calculated based on the principal plus previous interest. So this is a 3% times 515, not 500. 30% based on 515. This is equal to 50 ringgit 45 cent. Okay, now at the end of year 5, you will get your money. You will continue to save your money. So at the early of year third year, the amount of money is 530 and 45 cent. Because 515 plus 50.45. 50 ringgit 45 cent. Okay, that's how to uh how to uh how to calculate based on the compound interest. Again, at the end of year 3, 0.03 now times 530 and 45 cent. And then you will get the interest. Please refer to table 2.2. That is $50 and 91 cent. And then you will keep save this amount of money. Now at the early of fourth year, early of year number 4, the amount of money that you receive the amount of money that you have in the bank is 4546.36, and the process will continue until maybe until you withdraw all your money. So this is the compound interest. Okay, this is the compound interest. As you can see in table 2.1 and 2.2, table 2.1 is calculation based on the simple interest. This means that the total dividend is this for 5 years. The total dividend is for 5 years. The total dividend is 75 ringgit, and at the end of year 5, the total amount of money is the total amount of dividend of deposit is 575. but based on the compound interest, show that the amount of interest is different because there is a interest or interest element. At the end of year 5, for comparison, if the interest is calculated based on compound interest, the value of money after 5 years is much higher. It's more than 500 is 55, which is the amount is 579.60. So there is a difference between the amount dividend that received using ordinary and compound interest, even though the same dividend rate is used is 12%. In other words, it, it even the interest is the same, but the way the amount the interest is calculated will result in the different different future value of money. Okay, that's how the difference between this difference is it exists because again, uh, the simple interest only calculated dividend based on principal value, where compound interest calculate dividend based on principal and previous earned dividend. The summation of principal value and the amount of interest is also known as the future value of money. That's I said earlier. What we do here is we want to find the future value of money. Today the value of money is 500. After 5 years, the value of money increased to 579.93 because the dividend is 3% per year. Is calculated based on the compound interest. Uh, in other words, that's for we can conclude that if 500 is kept for 5 years with dividend 5% compounded annually. Compounded mean that compound interest, then the future value of money of saving is 575.63. Okay, that's the now what we this definition, this conclusion is referred to the future value of money. That normally in financial mathematics we call it as a FV, future value of money. Okay, this for the formula for future value of money. Uh, there is a specific formula, as you can see in formula 1.21 is 2.1, 2.2 is for simple interest, but formula 2.3 is you can see it in page 4 is a formula for future value of money. This very important formula, which is S equal to P 1 plus R to the power M to the power of N. S future value of money, P is principal, R is nominal interest rate per year, N is a time period. And then the difference between the future value of money and principal is the amount of compound interest. Therefore, based on this example, okay, based on example 2.2, table 2.2, okay, this amount, okay, I will focus to this amount. Okay, this amount, how to find this amount by using the calculator. This amount equal to 500 times 1 plus 0.03 to the power of 5. Because we have 3% per annum for 5 years. 3% per annum for 5 years. 3% is compounded annually for 5 years. That's why the answer is 579 and 79 562.75 cent. I think for five the future value of money, I hope what is the answer actually? 1 plus 0.03 to the power of 5 times 500. Okay, that's 579.60. 579.60. The total dividend was 778. Okay, I think that this the answer is not uh 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the answer is 579.60. Not 562.75. Okay, I think there's a correction here. Uh, if there is a mistake, just let me know. Okay. After 5 years, okay, that's correct. That's correct. After 5 years, That's 5 years. Sorry, that's correct. After 5 years, this at the beginning of year 5. Okay, this amount at the end of year 5. Okay, at the end of year 5. This amount is at the end of year 5. Okay, this one. Okay, this number, this one. At the end of year 5. 500 times 1 plus 0.03 to the power of 5. 570, 579, 590. So the total compound interest can be calculated but can can be calculated by using the formula 2.4. There is S minus P. What is S? S is for uh, future value of money. P is a principal, the present value of money. That's why S minus P is equal to the total dividend that you receive, total compound interest that you receive for the 5 year, 79 ringgit and 63 cent. So now we have a formula. This formula is very powerful in order to find the future value of money. Okay, just and then uh let's okay. I will refer to example 2.3. I will refer to example 2.3. Please refer to page 4. Example 2.2.3. Okay, let's say suppose now you have 10,000. You have 10,000 ringgit. 10,000 ringgit. You have 10,000 ringgit. Now you wish to invest the amount in a unit trust. The unit trust pay a dividend of 10%. The dividend pay the unit trust pay a dividend 10% compounded annually. Compounded annually. Compounded annually. What does it mean? Compounded annually mean that compounded annually refer to the refer to the situation, refer to the means that the compounded annually mean that the interest is compound. There is a compound interest, and the interest is calculated 1 times per year, every year. Normally in Malaysia, the interest is calculated at the end of year, end of 2025, for example, on 30 uh, uh, on at the end of 2025, 31st December 2025, or early of 2026, 1st January of 2026. But normally in Malaysia, the interest is calculated at the end of the year, 31st December every year. That's means by compounded annually, calculated every year. This the interest is calculated based on the compound interest and every year, once time per year. That's compounded annually. But now I would like to let's say you want to forecast, you want to plan how much your dividend at the end of 6 year. At the end of 6 year, how much? What happened to your investment after 6 years? So in other words, this question asks you to find the future value of money. To find the future value of money. What happened to find the future value of future value of money after year 6, at the end of year 6? What is the formula we need to use? S equal to P times 1 plus R to the power of n. You need to identify what is S. S is future value of money. P is a principal. R is interest. N is a R is N is a time period, for example, number of year. Okay, so in this case, we know that this is a S, sorry, this is a P, 10,000, R 0.1, 10%, this is a 0.1, compounded manually for 6 years. So n equal to 6 for 6 years. So the future value of money equal to equal to 10,000, 1 plus 0.1 to the power of 6. Okay, the answer is after 6 years, at the end of 6 years, at the end of 6 years, your investment will go to 70,750 ringgit and 61 cent. That's the value of investment at the end of 6 years. With that, we can use this formula. This is a future value. It's also known as the future value of money. Future value of money. Okay, what is the amount dividend earned? How much dividend that you earned? That's equal to S minus P. Your principal, your future, the future value of money, the value of your investment at the end of year 6 is 70,715.61 minus your principal, your original amount of investment, 10K. So this equals 7,750 and 61. That's the answer. And C, let's say, uh, uh, in what year did your investment value increase to 20K? You need to wait for how many years? After what year? For how many years you need to? If your target is, let's say, now you have a money 10,000, you want to increase double 20K. How many years you need to invest? You need to keep your money in a bank. You need to keep your money in the unit trust account. For how many years? We can plan here. We can forecast here, but subject to the dividend. Okay, in this case, okay, this value, the original amount of money is P, principal. The 20K is a future value of money, S. And then what is S? So now we have S is 20K. S is 20K minus equal to this formula. I refer to this formula. S equal to P. Principal is 10,000. 1 plus R. What is R? R assume is still 0.1. For how many? We don't know. We need to find this value. What is it? What is N? The question is find N. We know S given S 20,000 equal to P 10,000 times 1 plus interest rate of 10%, 0.1 to the power of N. Why to the I use to the power of N because this now we are talking about the compound interest. So how to solve this equation? Now based on the mathematics, we know that this is a 20K divided by 1K, 10K equal to 1 plus 1.1. 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1. 1.1 to the power of N. Now we have this one. This we can simplify to 20K divided by 10K is 2. 2 equal to 1.1 to the power of N. So the question is, what is N? We need to know what is N. Okay, based on this question, before this we have learned. I have explained about the log and the exponent. Okay, this question now based on the exponential form. What is the exponential form? Y equal to b to the power of x. We have this element 1.1 to the power of n. That's why based on this concept, we can apply the exponential form. to solve this equation. But okay, how to what is, how to solve this equation? We need to find n in the power position 1.1 to the power of n. We need to bring n and to bring n down and write before the equation. So we can do this by take the log. Let's say I take ln for the both equation. Ln 1.1 to the power of n. Okay, based on the rule of exponent, the property of exponent, this equation can be written as ln2. This n, you can put here, n times ln 1.1. So what is n? N equal to ln2 times ln 1.1. Okay, please use your calculator to find. You just need to click ln2 divide by ln 1.1. The answer is 7.27. That's the answer for this question. And 7.27. 7.27, this number of year is a number of year. In other words, we can conclude that uh, this uh, in other words, you need to wait until the end of year 7. And in other words, when n equal to normally 7.27, maybe 0.27 times 12, this maybe 7 7 year is about 3 months. 3 months end of maybe March. Year 7, March of year 7. Normally the interest is calculated at the end of year 7. In other words, uh, uh, to answer the question, what is the question before? The question is ask you about the how, in what year did your investment grow to 20,000? So you can write the answer is in what year? At the end of year 7. Because the dividend is calculated compounded, the dividend is compounded annually. Uh, Meaning that the dividend is calculated at the end of year 7. Now the answer is you need to wait for 7 years for your investment to go to 100% for 10,000 to 20K, subject to the dividend is 10% per annum. So the answer is at the end of year 7. Maybe you can write end of year 7 or early of year uh year 8. Early of year 8. How to write the answer. That's the answer for uh example 2.3. Okay. Okay, any questions so far? Any question?
No question, doctor.
Okay, I think I will stop here. I think it's enough for our class today. Now, so far I have done until page 4 for the next class. Okay, next week is our is semester break. There is no class. Okay, after semester break, we will have a class as usual, and then we will continue on section 2.4. Today is 40 plus we have 20. I think it's 27. 27 of 27 of November. I hope we can continue our class on this day. And then we are going to have for your information. Uh, we are going to have another